If you are getting bare minimum, if you are literally getting low effort dates, if he's not giving you princess treatment, spoiling you, telling you how obsessed he is with you every single day, then you're doing something wrong.
We're 8 billion people on this planet. You're telling me that you cannot find a guy that wants to do these things to you? Like, come on.
Ah, yes, the modern woman's guide to self-improvement. Put on lip gloss, post a thirst trap, and shout, "I deserve everything," without lifting a finger. Apparently, feminine energy now comes with a price tag, paid for by someone else, of course.
They also share what they say are tips on how to inspire men to treat you like a princess.
It's not wrong to want to be treated like a princess in a relationship. You're not asking too much.
You simply say thank you because it's the server's job to bring you the food. Your man is the server in this analogy. When he gives you princess treatment, he's just playing the role that you both agreed to.
And like, it's not like you're losing your independence, because I'm never saying like you should lose your independence. Keep your own money, but let him provide. And your money is your money. And he is providing for you, but your money is your money.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Today, we're unpacking the viral hustle known as princess treatment, a trend that's basically code for give me the world while I give you vibes. Now, as certified sociology enthusiasts who also enjoy calling out delusion, we couldn't help but notice the irony. Snow White, the original princess blueprint, completely flopped in its modern remake. Why? Because they tried to turn her into a boss babe. No romance, no prince, no fantasy, just lectures. No wonder women didn't show up. Meanwhile, Barbie made $1 billion, full of independence, glitter, girl power, and yes, zero need for Ken. That contrast says everything. So it got us thinking, is this feminine energy movement really tapping into softness and elegance? Or is it just rebranded manipulation with a pink bow? Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
So we've all seen the princess treatment trend on the internet, primarily TikTok and Instagram.
Princess treatment or queen treatment, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter.
The idea of princess treatment is being cherished and valued. It is not about you having to earn it through overexertion or self-sacrifice.
You truly believe that you should be spoiled, that men should just spoil the ground that you walk on and worship you.
To be able to receive more, to be cherished like a true princess, to receive love, care, affection, dates, gift, travels, attention.
Is how to get a man to really cherish you, to treat you well, to be a provider in certain ways, or maybe spoil you a little bit, not necessarily just in the financial sense. Of course, you know, that can be included in this as well, but how to get a man to spoil you with his energy, his time, his commitment to you, and his commitment to making your life easier, better, softer.
And the internet version of princess treatment usually looks like a man buying you a huge bouquet of flowers, maybe buying you really expensive gifts. But I do think the internet version of this is a little bit oversimplified and only focuses on the materialistic aspects of it.
At its core, receiving princess treatment and being in your feminine energy and receiving this devotion and this amazing love from the masculine is not about doing more. It's about embodying a presence and an energy that inspire him to give you more, that inspire him to cherish you, and that inspire devotion and respect, that inspire him to see you as his dream woman, as being like, oh my God, she's so incredible. I need to give her the world. I need to make her happy. Whatever she wants, I will work towards it to make her happy.
Princess treatment is about your partner noticing and understanding you and your needs, then doing things to help you live an easier and softer life. It's about them being patient, kind, and gentle with you and spoiling you, not just financially, but with their time and their energy.
So let me get this straight. Being spoiled without asking, receiving like a child, and inspiring a man to give just by existing softly. Translation, do nothing, expect everything. This isn't defined feminine energy. This is soft core gold digging dressed up in pink satin and Instagram filters. It's like sugar baby culture got a PR makeover. They dropped the arrangement part and kept the benefits. Call it what you want. Princess treatment, feminine magnetism, whatever. But let's be real. If the dynamic is based on what he gives and what you take, we're not talking about partnership. We're talking about a lifestyle subscription service with no refunds. This isn't about love. It's about leverage. It's not feminine. It's entitled. Let's keep going.
So not every man is giving you princess treatment. Not every man is high value. Not every man is masculine.
Some men have this, some men don't. And if you want to be treated like a princess, then you have to find the man who has that provider mentality, who enjoys being a provider, who wants to be a provider. I'm not saying that he needs to pay for everything. He doesn't have to provide financially in every single way to give you princess treatment, but he has to have a provider mentality. And those are different.
So if receiving princess treatment is something that's important to you, the first step is to find a man that has this provider type of mindset.
He needs to have the willingness to provide. This is way easier when you have a man that already has the mentality to provide, right? That already have the mentality that he should take care of a woman.
Obviously, you want to make sure that you're aligned with the right candidate, you're aligned with the right man, and it's going to be easy to tell because this man is going to pursue you.
This is not when it's just a situationship and you want to transform it into a man giving you ultimate princess treatment. That's not working like that, ladies. Don't think that a player that is putting you into the situationship is going to be the man that is going to be devoted and give you flowers and gifts and diamonds. No.
And if for some reason you are attracted to the bad boys that treat you like shit and you think the good ones are boring, then figure that shit out. Go to therapy, do what you need to do, build a bridge, and get over your attraction to crappy men.
And a man that truly cares about you and a man that truly likes you and loves you, he's gonna want to do things to make you happy. So it's not gonna be, it's gonna be a no-brainer to him anyway.
If a man is truly crazy about you, you can also inspire him to provide. And he can learn that, oh my God, it feels so amazing when I provide for her, and change his mind. I see that sometimes with my clients. But this is when really the man is devoted and in love with you, then he will change for you, he will upgrade for you, he will do more for you.
If you both like each other, love each other equally in a relationship, then obviously that relationship can work out really well and he's likely to treat you really well. But also, if he maybe likes you or loves you a little bit more than you love him, that can also still work out well. And he will likely give you that sort of princess treatment.
But the point is, he has to like you and then love you just a bit more. Or at the least, you guys love each other pretty much the same amount. And I'm sorry if this is hard to hear, I don't make the rules, but I have never seen a happy relationship where the woman was more in love with the man and chased him to be together.
But if you like him, love him more than he loves you, I've never really seen that work out successfully in a relationship, honestly. And you're not going to be getting that princess treatment, that's for sure.
If your man does not have this mindset and the intrinsic desire within himself to want to provide, then all of this is just a non-starter and the rest of the tips in this video just won't work.
So let's get this straight. He has to be in love. No, not just in love, more in love than she is, or it doesn't work. He has to have the mentality to provide. He has to have resources, aka 6 figures, a servant's heart, and an unlimited data plan for her Amazon cart. Translation, you better be rich and a Simjutsu master, or you don't qualify for the royal delusion.
A real life example of this is I sent my husband a TikTok of this guy arranging a flower bouquet for his girlfriend, because previously my husband would get me flowers, but I would have to arrange it myself, and I didn't love that because it was just like more work for me. So I sent him the TikTok and I watched it with him and I was like, wow, this is so nice. His girlfriend doesn't need to arrange the bouquet herself. And this guy has such a good eye for arranging flowers. His color choices are so nice. Don't you agree, babe? And literally a week later, he gets me flowers and arranges the bouquet himself. And ever since then, he's been arranging the bouquets himself.
But here's what's really interesting. These women are literally telling on themselves without even realizing it. They are openly admitting this dynamic only works when the man is more invested. Why? Because that gives her the power. And that proves something we've been screaming for years. The power women have is the power that men give them. This whole princess treatment movement is built on one thing: a man being high on the love drug. We broke this down in our case study on the Tom and Jerry episode, Blue Cat Blues.
When Tom first saw her, I thought he'd...
And what did we say back then? When a man is infatuated, he self-destructs. That's not just cartoon logic, that's science.
Romantic love is one of the most powerful sensations on earth. So several years ago, I decided to look into the brain and study this madness. We found activity in a tiny little factory near the base of the brain called the ventral tegmental area. We found activity in some cells called the A10 cells, cells that actually make dopamine, a natural stimulant, and spray it to many brain regions. Indeed, this part, the VTA, is part of the brain's reward system. It's way below your cognitive thinking process. It's below your emotions. It's part of what we call the reptilian core of the brain, associated with wanting, with motivation, with focus, and with craving. In fact, the same brain region where we found activity becomes active also when you feel the rush of cocaine.
Dopamine spikes, rational thinking, gone. Risk assessment, disabled. Suddenly, your wallet becomes her playground and your standards are on life support. And women know this. They bank on this. That's why the whole princess treatment trend hinges on one condition. He has to love her more. Because the second the power balance is equal or worse, tilts in his favor, game over. And this is exactly why we're seeing women crying in their cars on TikTok. Because deep down they know they can't control this. You can contour your face, manifest your man, journal under moonlight, but you can't force a man to fall head over heels. And when that leverage doesn't show up, that soft girl era turns into a hard reality check. Let's keep going. This fantasy gets wilder.
And so again, to get the princess treatment, you have to see yourself as a princess or goddess, queen, however. I like queen better, but princess treatment is kind of like the trending word that we hear a lot on social media.
The first thing is, before you start expecting a man to treat you like a princess, you have to treat yourself like one.
All men treat you the exact way that you are treating yourself. And they almost kind of like flip it.
The reason we're even talking about focusing on ourselves is because the only way you'll start receiving princess treatment is if you give it to yourself first.
If you are getting bare minimum, if you are literally getting low effort dates, if he's not giving you princess treatment, spoiling you, telling you how obsessed he is with you every single day, then you're doing something wrong. This is a sign that you are coming off as somebody who is not the prize. Like, you're not being that girl who's obsessed with her life, who's obsessed with herself, who knows she's the prize, who puts herself on a pedestal, and who literally acts, thinks, and feels like that.
You can start acting confused when he's not giving you the treatment that you want, and then you leave, obviously. But again, to get that treatment, it has to be a reflection of who you are and how you treat yourself.
So don't wait for him to buy you the flowers, buy yourself a flower. Don't wait for him to buy you a piece of jewelry, buy yourself something nice. Because when he sees you, how you treat yourself, he will automatically understand how he should be treating you as well.
They're going to be sensing the self-love and self-worth that you have for yourself. So at some point, you're just not going to be attracting low effort men anymore.
You are teaching people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you by showing them how you treat yourself. No one loves and cherishes me the way I love and cherish myself. And because I put myself first, my husband also puts me first.
Yes. Treat yourself like a princess first. Buy yourself flowers. Take yourself to dinner. Drop $1,200 on a designer bag. And suddenly, a man is supposed to appear and double the effort. This is where delusion meets branding. It's the Barbie mindset gone mainstream, where a woman's purchases are now considered personality development. Barbie made $1 billion off of this energy. Why? Because it gave women a fantasy where they were powerful, flawless, and owe the world without having to give anything back. This princess self-care hustle is solipsism in stilettos. It's the idea that simply associating with high status things, luxury goods, high-end dinners, $80 flower arrangements magically increases your value. Not your character, not your femininity, not your relationship skill set, just the stuff. We highlighted this exact mentality in one of our previous videos.
She was doing research on egg freezing, and she found all the women that she spoke to were the reason that they were freezing their eggs is because they couldn't find a partner. She realized that part of the reason they couldn't find a partner is that they were looking for someone of their level of education or higher. Whereas we have this situation now where in 60% of countries, women are achieving more in education than men. So if you've got a situation where women are more educated, but less likely to partner with someone who is less well educated, there's a pool of men who aren't eligible, I suppose.
Women with PhDs, MBAs, law degrees, all expecting their man to match or exceed it. Because in their mind, I am what I acquire. If she has a master's, he needs a doctorate. If she's making 6 figures, he better make 7. Here's the kicker though. The more a woman levels up, the smaller her dating pool becomes. Not because men are intimidated, but because she refuses to look down or even across. And that's the trap. You bought yourself the crown, the flowers, and the steak dinner. But now no man is good enough, because now you think you're not just a princess, you're royalty. Let's keep going. The delusion train is still gaining speed.
Staying in your feminine energy is how you encourage a healthy masculine man to really cherish you.
Approach life with softness. Softness, soft demeanor, that's the feminine. You will obtain way more and receive way more from a man, from strangers. Even if you ask for an advice or something at the grocery store, anything like that to help you or to give you directions, you will receive way more with softness, femininity, and gracefulness.
Next, let's talk about how to actually ask for things, because if you want something, or if you want him to start doing something for you, for example, it's important to know that demanding for things never gets you anywhere. This does not make a man want to give you high quality treatment. It pushes him away. It makes him want to do less of it. Seriously, like the minute you start demanding, you need to do this, you need to do that, it's repelling, it's controlling, and it's just bad energy, you know?
What you have to understand with men is that they really want to feel appreciated. So when you want to ask for something, let's say you want more of that romance, rather than demanding it and being like, you never do this, you never do that, I want you to ask in a more feminine way. What you're gonna say is, I really appreciate what it is that you do already for me, but something that would make me feel so loved and happy and appreciated is if you just got me flowers. You notice how you first start off by showing their appreciation for what they already do, and then you end it with asking for what it is that you need.
You can do the same 2 things, but with different energy, and you will get completely different results. Honey, would you plan a fancy date for this weekend? I really want to get all dressed up and spend time with you. I think that would be so much fun. Versus, can you plan a date? Or even worse, why don't you ever plan any dates? Or, you need to plan a fancy date for this weekend. Like, you're basically asking the same thing, but with 2 completely different energies. And which girl do you think is gonna get what she wants? It's definitely the first one.
And like, it's not like you're losing your independence, because I'm never saying like you should lose your independence. Keep your own money, but let him provide. And your money is your money. And he is providing for you, but your money is your money. So you're winning even more by receiving, by being able to be feminine and receiving. You're winning even more than just being in your masculine saying, I can't do it all myself, and being exhausted.
This is pure gold. And there you have it. The performance. Soft voice. Check. Helpless posture. Check. Smile that says, I'm sweet, while the eyes are calculating ROI. Double check. Here's the thing. They are not entirely wrong. These little cues, the soft suggestions, the feminine energy, the gentle demeanor, that's exactly what inspires men to give. Men are wired to respond to appreciation, not entitlement. And traditional women knew this. They didn't demand provision, they inspired it. Big difference. But here's the twist. The same behavior that's now being marketed as some femininity hack was the exact thing feminism rebelled against for decades.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
Remember, why should I speak softly? Why should I play helpless? I'm not here to cater to a man. And now, because men are opting out, going overseas, ghosting the dating market altogether, suddenly the same playbook that got tossed in the shredder is being pulled out again. Only this time, it's wrapped in a filter and manipulation. This isn't feminine energy. It's damage control disguised as charm. The pendulum swung way too far. And now, the same women who mock this behavior are trying to copy-paste it from TikTok femininity coaches. But it doesn't land the same, because men can't sense when it's real and when it's a hustle. That's why it feels fake, because it is. It's not a return to tradition. It's a strategic performance driven by desperation, not softness, not love, survival. Let's keep it moving.
When I was 8, they got divorced and my mother had full custody. And so that was my first experience of like abandonment, with a man. And so what happened is that as a little girl, because I've always been like this little princess, like I would actually dress up as a princess when I was a kid, at home on the weekends. And it's almost like because my father wasn't there anymore, I wanted that need to be fulfilled by little boys, right?
You know why we love, for example, giving gifts to kids? That's a great example, like the childlike energy. So I always say the childlike energy is very close to the feminine. It's the fun, it's the innocence, it's the light spirit, right? So when a kid opens a gift, you see them, they're so excited. They're throwing the paper. They're like, oh my God, what is it? They're so excited. You see it in their faces. You see it in their energy. They can't wait to open this gift. Once they have it, they're so happy about it. They want to play with it. They are just like, they're so grateful. They don't even need sometimes to say thank you. You can feel it that they're grateful for it. And the opposite can be said if you're opening a gift and you say thank you very much, but it's like your energy is not there. It's like it's all in your head. You're thinking about something else and it's not truly received.
Look at that. This isn't about mature adult love at all. This is pure childhood regression. These women aren't here looking for a husband. They're looking for a daddy with direct deposit. And she said it, the childlike energy is close to the feminine. Bam! Women are like children in grown bodies. That's the kicker. It's like grown women are still stuck in their Disney dreams, dressed up, spoiled by their first man, their father, who lavished on them like a real-life prince. That's why the Snow White remake flopped. It stripped away that magical princess experience these women have carried since childhood. They grew up with fairy tales, with memories of being pampered and adored. And when they came of age, what do they expect? Not a husband, not a partner who treats them like an equal, but someone who continues the fairy tale, a man who provides all the glitz, all the gifts, all the adoration. In short, the princess treatment is just a recycled dream from our childhood. It's a delusion, a Disney delusion, and it explains exactly why these women behave the way they do in modern dating.
But what do you think?
Well, if you're present here, I would tell her that, you know what, I think society not just set us up, but didn't create the systems for us to be able to be relaxed. Because yes, you are able to do it, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it. It doesn't mean that having a helpmate won't contribute to your overall life.
Did you catch that? She wants a helpmate. Let's decode this. That word right there, helpmate, is rich with irony. Because according to traditional values, she is supposed to be your helpmate. But now that life is hard, suddenly women want a man to come in and take the pressure off. Let's be real. This new soft life femininity movement, it's not about being feminine out of principle. It's about being feminine out of convenience. Feminists told women they could do anything a man could do. They marched, they climbed the corporate ladder. They shouted independent woman from the rooftops. It's been nearly half a century since feminism sold women the lie that being like men would bring them happiness. Now, They are more medicated, more stressed, and more confused than ever. And somehow, that's progress? According to the Journal of Affective Disorders, women today are twice as likely to be on antidepressants than they were just 2 decades ago. That's not empowerment. That's exhaustion. So now the same women who are shouting, "I don't need no man," are whispering, "Where's my provider?" The same women who mocked traditional housewives are now begging for princess treatment and spa days. It's not evolution, it's capitulation.
On the opposite, you have women, they feel like they need to give a lot and they need to sacrifice themselves and they need to give in order to receive. A lot of young women especially are doing that. They're doing that mistake of giving too much, giving of their love, their energy, their devotion to the wrong men most of the time. And then afterwards, once women are older, they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired of all men and everything." Now they put on strict boundaries. You see women are more strict in their 30s, 40s, 50s, because they're like, finally, I learned that no, I'm giving too much. So stop now. I'm putting on boundaries and I'm putting on standards. And finally, they were going to be ready to receive me.
Translation, I gave away the goods when I had the most leverage. And now that I'm older, I want to raise the price. That's like trying to sell a used car for more money after it's already got 200,000 miles on it.
But I'm just gonna tell you guys this now. I have never been the type to sleep around or have multiple partners. I always loved having boyfriends, like serious committed boyfriends since an early age. I used to read a lot of like manhwa and like that were like romance novels and Korean dramas and stuff like as a kid. I always wanted to be in those lovey, like cute relationships with a single partner, and which is what I've always strived to have. My body count before I went into the industry was very low. It was like under 10.
This right here proves the shift. Virginity, chastity, self-control. These used to be virtues. Now they are punchlines. We went from save yourself for marriage to under 10 is low. The standards have flipped, and not for the better. But as these women made clear, there's a truth every man needs to understand. Princess treatment doesn't come from just any man. It comes from a man with a provider mentality and one who's more in love with her than she is with him. That's the formula, and women know it. They are not asking every man to step up. They are targeting the ones who will overgive just to feel needed. And what do femininity coaches sell today? Not modesty, not loyalty, not obedience. They are selling femininity as a performance, a brand, a costume, and the goal? To qualify for princess treatment without bringing wife energy to the table. Let's not forget, it was always the woman who was supposed to be the helpmate to the man. That's not just tradition. That's biological, spiritual, historical order. Now, they want to flip the script. They want you, the man, to do the heavy lifting and the emotional labor. They want to look soft, but still move like bosses. Sorry, but softness isn't a dress code. It's a lifestyle. So here's the real game being played. Life got hard. Independence became stressful. And now femininity is being rebranded as a bailout plan. But true femininity isn't a rebrand. It's a role. You can't fake that just because you're tired of the grind. Princess treatment should never be the foundation of a relationship. You're not a throne builder. You're a mission man. A woman demanding help without offering value is a liability, not a partner. She's not trying to build. She's trying to be carried. If femininity only shows up when the bills pile up, it's not femininity. It's manipulation. Brothers, don't fall for the lashes and latte energy. Ask yourself, is she offering peace or pressure, support or demands, femininity or convenience? Because at the end of the day, if she's not your helpmate, she's your hindrance. That's the truth behind the modern princess hustle. Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.